So as you can see, each part has weight and physics attached to it, so this is actually quite dangerous. You would use car stands in real life to, or jack stands. So let's try this again. Okay, we've got our spindle on, and try and put our strut in place. Just gonna see if I can maybe move it around a bit better. Okay, let's see, let's just try this again. Try and put this strut in place. Holy crap! Ah, crap. So, like I was saying before, always use jack stands. Welcome back! This is my summer car, and seeing that it's now summer where I am, I thought very fitting to give this game a go. Indeed. This game was only released probably about less than a month ago, in October. But I'll probably use the term game quite loosely. It's more of a life simulator than anything. So we'll see that shortly. It's all about basically building a car from scratch, a project car, I guess, during the summer in Finland. So you could almost call it a Finnish car simulator or life simulator even. You will see during the game that you do have to actually look after yourself as well and try not to die, as we'll see in this video. So I'm just going to get going and just see what it's all about. So yes, building a car is probably not the first thing on your mind when you're playing this initially, because you do need to actually survive as well. So alright, so this is pretty much the first save I've done of this game. Just been having a quick look around. So just heading out the door now, and there she is, our project car. So as you can see, she's almost finished. Haha, just kidding. So in this video, we're probably not going to be able to get through much. Obviously, there's a lot to building a project car from scratch. But I'm going to use this video as a bit of an introduction to the actual game for those of you who are interested in it. If you haven't already got this game and you are a bit of a car person or a car guy or girl, I would recommend that you purchase this game, even though it is in alpha, I think, or early access release mode still. It's actually quite well finished, considering all things considered. There is a map here on the wall. I do recommend that you take a photo of this map. I don't know what that sound was, but anyway. Yes, I do recommend that you take a photo of this map and just save it somewhere on your phone or something like that, because you can't access any maps while you're driving. So like I said before, this game is more of a life simulator, I guess, a survival game, where you also have a project car that you need to build. So as you play through, you obviously have to take care of things like your hunger, your thirst, your fatigue, and things like that. So speaking of which, we're now in the kitchen, and yeah, let's have a drink of beer, shall we? It's a good old drink. Excuse me. So there's little touches in the game as well, like light switches and things like that. The lighting is actually quite cool as the sun goes down, and you can see the reflection of the lamp there in the window. But yeah, as the sun goes down, you can get the torch out and you can continue working on your car and all that sort of stuff. So I've only really spent probably less than an hour mucking around in this game so far, and I just thought I'd use this as a introductory video, and just to give you guys a feel for how everything is laid out and what's involved. So as you can see, there's quite a few parts and things like that that you do need to install. Now, I'm told the engine physics and simulation are top notch in this game, so you do have things like coolant, brake fluid, you know, you can even tune your carburetors and all that sort of thing. If you get the tune wrong, you can damage your pistons and all that sort of stuff, apparently, or that's what I've heard. So anyway, we're nowhere near that level yet. So yeah, in this video I'm just going to be using it as a bit of an introduction, just to see how we go. a lot of things in the game obviously you retrieve if you just left click and right click on them. So just by right clicking you can close the doors. Okay, so let's head out to our van, our main form of transport. Oh, look at our project car. I will finish you one day. So this van allows you to basically get around and do things like pick up supplies and get fuel and all that sort of thing. As you can see, there's quite a bit of space. I'm told you can order things from the post office, or you can have them delivered to put some hot stuff on your car, as it says on the website there, to mod it and tune it. We might as well have a go. Here's the floor jack, obviously. Just gonna move this into position, and let's just see how far we can get with starting to build our car. So just move the floor jack in there and lift it up and see what we've got. So one of the first things I do, I think we should do anyway, is probably start with the suspension. So if we can get the vehicle to a rolling chassis state, that would probably be a good idea, and then we can start adding things like the engine, the transmission, the driveline, and all that sort of jazz. So let's just close everything up here for the moment. So one of the main parts of the vehicle, I guess, for the suspension or the underpinnings is the subframe. So we're just going to grab the subframe here and just going to try and orient it in such a way where we can hopefully, oops, no, I don't think that worked. So there is a bit of playing around that you do need to do. The controls aren't probably the best. They take a bit of getting used to. I mean, I will say the controls aren't terrible. They just, yeah, once you get used to them, you'll be okay. It's just that initial period of trying to learn what a right click and a left click does and all that sort of thing. I mean, there is a controls menu, but the game is quite hilarious in the fact that it's actually mocking you with its difficulty as well. So there is permadeath modeled, so you can actually die if you fail to secure parts of your vehicle correctly. So as you can see there's little bolts now that I have managed to put the subframe in. You do need to bolt everything in as well. It's not just a matter of pointing and clicking and sticking things on. It does remind me of Car Mechanic Simulator a little bit, but obviously it's much better because in my mind it's a game that needed to be done, because I've been waiting for something like this for a long time, and all we need now is just a few different cars that we can build, but this is obviously a fantastic start. So I've just been getting my toolbox sorted out here. Just hit F to open that, and I believe it's number 10 that we need, spanner 10. So just going to start affixing the subframe to the vehicle, the front subframe. And let's just get these bolts on here already. Obviously, if you neglect to to attach parts of your vehicle properly, like I said, you may end up in an accident and you can die. So, and when you die, it actually goes ahead and deletes your save game for you, which is just great. So yeah, I would probably recommend, as part of playing this game, in between each save, when you quit to obviously when you quit out of the game, I would highly recommend making a backup of your saves as you go, because the last thing you need is to start a new day and then die somehow and lose your save, which is very realistic, I must say. But yes, it can be quite frustrating as well. I've just got the strut here with the coil spring, and just trying to see if I can attach this to the vehicle. And there's a very annoying mosquito that seems to be hanging around as well. I get the feeling that I'm going to need to actually I have to put my lower arms in first, I think. My control arm. There we go. Woohoo! Excellent. Alright, so I think it's the number 10. Yep, it's the number 10 spanner again. So just gonna fix this into place. And just let me know in the comments if you guys are enjoying these types of videos. I do quite, obviously I'm a bit of a car guy myself, and I do enjoy playing games like this, and obviously for the realism factor more than anything as well. This coil spring, this strut doesn't seem to want to play nice. I think, yes, let's try these spindles first. So as you can see, it's going to take obviously quite a while to build our car, and in the meantime our fatigue is increasing, our hunger is slowly increasing as well, as you can see there on the screen. Those little, oops, didn't work. And you can throw things around, unfortunately or fortunately. So yes, I haven't spent too long on this game so far, so sorry for those of you who are playing along at home and thinking, man, this guy is just completely... There we go, fantastic. So let's see if we can get the spring on, and that'll complete a good part of our front suspension. Oops. It's actually knocked the spindle off its mounting. So as you can see, each part has weight and physics attached to it, so this is actually quite dangerous. You would use car stands in real life to, or jack stands. Let's try this again. Okay, we've got our spindle on, and try and put our strut in place. Just gonna see if I can maybe move it around a bit better. Okay, let's see, let's just try this again. Try to put this strut in place. Holy crap! Ah, crap. So, like I was saying before, always use jack stands. Unfortunately in this game I don't think you can actually do that. In the meantime, my car is getting destroyed here. Let's see if we can, as you can see, it's in a bit of trouble here. Now there's two modes, I think. You basically have to right click the jack to lower it. Just trying to move it. Okay, hang on a second. Yeah, let's get out of build mode, that's better. Yeah. So there's two modes. There's a mode with the spanner and the mode without. So, oops, oh well, let's try this again. So, one of the things it does say, or that I've read anyway, I'm not sure if it's on the official website or not, but this is a very frustrating game. So you do have to be careful. Like I said, you can kill yourself. There is permadeath, so think you're going to build your car, maybe have a few beers. Whoops, there's the phone. Let's go see what the... Well, so far it hasn't been a complete... Well, so far it hasn't been a complete disaster. Hello, I would like to buy a flatbed load of firewoods. You can deliver them anytime. And one thing I haven't done yet is some of the little side jobs that you can do. That's actually how you make money in the game, which obviously you need to fund your awesome little car project that we're trying to build here. Yeah, so what was I saying before? You can, like, for example, if you think you're going to spend some time building your car, then maybe have a few beers in the game, and then go for a drive down the road. You could very easily hit a tree and die, or maybe, I don't know if that model is drowning, but you do have to be very careful with what you do in the game. And again, I use the term game loosely. This is more like a simulator of epic frustration proportions. I'm just mucking around now. The dashboard, I'm sure, I don't think I've seen that yet inside the garage. And obviously can't enter driving mode at the moment, but one day this car will be moving, I'm sure. I'm just amazed at the amount of detail that they have actually put into this game. Okay, well, stop mucking around. Let's see if we can put the grill on. Oh, just want to check my... Oh, awesome! Woohoo! Look at that! I got a grill on my Satsuma. This is actually a Datsun, modeled after the Datsun, I believe. But obviously they can't say the word Datsun in the game, so they're not licensed. But anyway, yes, so like I said, you do have to attach parts on, so I don't know what would happen if we were to drive like this, but yeah, I think that's probably what would happen if we drove without bolting the grill on, actually. Damn it, I'll try and get it on there again. There we go. Steady, steady. Don't want the car falling off the jack. Okay, awesome. So as you can see, our car is almost finished. It just needs a few little details like the hubcaps and maybe some headlights there for the grille, and we should be up and going. Just kidding. Of course, unfortunately our car is looking rather sad still, but we are slowly getting there. So like I said, I'm going to need a wishbone first. I'm sure the process of building might be tedious to some, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes, to be honest. So let's see where it does go, and of course we're not going to see a driving car by the end of this video, but I'm really interested in seeing just how far we can get. So let's move our toolbox closer. So all these things, they kind of remind me of working on my cars in real life. I mean, I've done things like brake jobs and obviously change oil and stuff like that in real life. But yes, this very much does remind me of that, especially the very annoying insects. So I think it was a size 10 spanner, that one. So you do need to go into build mode, which I thought that was a 10. No, it's not. That's a 10. Okay. I can see this game as like Car Mechanic Simulator on steroids, and I really hope the developer sees this through till completion. But even as it is now, it's a fantastic little game, and I can't wait to waste many hours on this. So far, I have been obviously quite busy with work and life lately, but yeah, this is just one of those games that comes along every now and then, and just pulls you back into the gaming. Episphere. I don't think that's even a word, but anyway, whatever. I've had a beer already in the game, so I think I'm going to call it quits here, guys. I'm just going to move some parts inside so that they don't get stolen. Maybe have another beer. So you do obviously need to eat as well. There's sausages there. Okay. I'm just going to leave the vehicle like this. Alright, cool. Let's go for a drive, shall we? And just see There is a store, there's a post office, and there's a pub down the road. I think it's only about a 10-minute drive from here. But let's take our little van and head out. And we've made a bit of progress on our little project car, our summer car. So let's get into our little dinky van here. Slide on in. I'm not going to be irresponsible and take my beers with me. You can actually take your beers with you. Okay, let's see. This is a diesel, so you do need to wait for the glow plugs, I believe. But who cares? I'm just going to try and start it. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I do need to wait for the plugs after all, maybe. Give it a bit of gas, not that that should make a difference. Oh, there we go. Woohoo, she's running. So I must say I am actually playing this with my Logitech G27 with the H shifter. Oh, just put the handbrake in there. Yeah, so I've got my H shifter and I've also got my clutch pedals and all the pedals set up. So this game works really well with the Logitech G27. So if you're lucky enough to have one, and if you don't have one and you've been playing these types of driving games, I really recommend that you do get one if you don't already. But yeah, watching people play without the steering wheel is quite funny. Much more realistic with the steering wheel. And obviously you've got things like indicators. Now, one thing I have noticed is the physics actually when you're driving are actually quite well done. You could almost use, play this as like a little rally game even. Alright, so you do live on quite a big farm, quite a big property. So I'm just going to get out here and I've done a tiny bit of reading so far on this game, and I have read that it's a good idea to take some fuel with you wherever you go, obviously. So here we have a canister of diesel. And, because my van is a diesel, to drop this, hang on. Just gonna for a nice little drive, see if we can make it to the pub maybe. There's also a store which I haven't yet managed to find. I think that's near the pub, I'm not sure. Leave in the comments below any advice that you may have. You might just want to turn away for a sec, guys. I'm just gonna go relieve myself. That feels so much better. Alright, so let's get going. So like I said, I am driving the Logitech G27 here, so it's very, very possible to stall. I'm just going to put the handbrake in. Oh wow, look at, okay, hang on. Oh, that's much better. I didn't put the handbrake in all the way before. I just realized I had that red light on, and that's probably why the vehicle was a little bit reluctant to move. Look at that, it's rolling much better now. Let's go. Stalled it. And my door's open. The door does not like to close sometimes. There you go. When it makes that little click sound, that's when you know that it's closed. If you close it and it doesn't make that sound, you know that it's going to start opening on you. Anyway, let's get going. You can adjust your seating position a little bit by just moving, exiting the driving mode and then re-entering it when you're happy with the view. Go. One thing I haven't yet figured out is how to access the engine of this vehicle. I don't think you can actually. Then your project car has got a lot of modeling there, so you can do things like adjust the valves and the carburetor and all that sort of stuff. I've read so far, so that's I'm very much looking forward to that. But let's just finish off this quick little episode by going for a little trip down the road. You can see here, I quite like obviously the physics, like I was saying before, very realistic, especially with the steering wheel. You've got your radio as well, which works, and you tune into some stations there. Just flick on the lights here, because it's getting a bit dark. Now my hunger level is going up and my fatigue is going up as well. Okay, so just making our way down the road here. There's a highway coming up in about maybe a few minutes. We'll see if we can't make it to the pub. So at the store as well, you can buy all sorts of bits and pieces. Obviously you can get food and all that sort of stuff. When it comes to thirst, obviously you can drink beer, or you can even drink from the lake, I'm told, or you can even drink from the basin in your house to sate your thirst. Quench your thirst, I should say. Alright, I think we go right here, I'm pretty sure. I haven't quite figured out this map yet, so apologies, I'm just going to flick it up quickly here. I'm just looking at it on my phone, sorry. I think we go right, yeah, right here, let's go. Yeah, we'll go right. Okay, it's quite treacherous around here. I have gotten to the pub once before, but oops. So yeah, it gets there's a lot of little ditches on the side here. You've got to be very careful because if you don't die, you'll certainly damage your vehicle. And the body deformation is modelled as well, and I don't think you can actually fix that, to be honest, at the moment. You do have to replace your mesh file in the game, I've heard, in your My Documents folder in Windows somewhere. Okay. So let's have a look and see. Obviously the way to drive is to take it easy, but I'm just going to see if I can get a bit of speed up on this corner here. Just turn in, floor it, hook that wheel in a bit. Hey, whoa, whoa, rah! Holy crap. Okay, so I guess I'm dead. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll have to do this again sometime.